But can you see the wind?
Yes.
Can you see behind the wind? Oh, okay.
It's
But
great.
there's like, I think you can see only me or the background. You can't see both, right?
Yeah, it's the exposure is way off. Like if you turn out to the outside, then you're dark. But yeah.
Okay, I can be this way, but then you can't see. Wait, do we have some lighting here? I don't have a torch.
No problem. We can like switch on and off, you know, you a little bit, and when we need it, then we like switch it out to see the outside.
Let me see. I put all the lamps on, but I don't think this light in Shanghai is very strong. I don't think there's any effect.
Show me the room. I'm so curious about the room.
Oh, you're already recording?
Yeah, it's on.
Can I rotate the camera? Can I? Oh, yeah, I can. Whoops. Hey, there you go. So, I'll do you. I'll give you an illegal start. Okay. Very illegal, because you see this area here is a no-go zone.
You cannot go out?
I'm not allowed to come here.
What are
Oh,
those? What are those chairs for?
Oh, okay. So here you see these chairs. Like 3 times a day they give us a meal.
Okay.
Like a package. And then you pick it from here. You see the wall?
Yeah.
You see them.
What are those?
You see how the wall is covered with this disinfectant. You see here?
Oh.
All this white.
Geez.
Because every time they come here, like they bring food or they come measure my temperature, they disinfect.
That's
like,
so intense.
And okay, so we go in. Oops.
I thought it was just old.
No. It's the disinfectant. They okay, and then you come in, and then there's a toilet here. It's pretty nice, no?
Man, you don't have a tub. If you have a tub, that would be better.
I never use a tub. How
come?
Actually, because now I have so much time in my life, right? So I could use a tub.
Well, what's with the mattress? Why you stick it up like that?
So that's like 2 beds, but I'm one person. I don't need 2 beds, right? But if you look around, there's something missing here. There's no armchair, no sofa. So I made this into a sofa. So I can watch my movies here, sitting. Because if you watch movies on the bed, you fall asleep, right? And if you sit at the desk, then it's not comfortable. So I need a sofa. That's why sofas are invented in the world. You know?
It's not the biggest room in the world.
So you see all these material here?
Yeah.
Like every single day. Let me go back to the toilet. I produce for breakfast, I produce this rubbish. For lunch and dinner, so they give me a box in this wrapping to keep it warm. And they give me knife and spoon. But come on, how many knives and spoon can I use? 1 is enough for a week, no?
Is it enough food? Like, what if you don't like the food? Do you get like options as well?
I'm not Chinese. I'm very flexible. But there are 2 options. You can skip meat, which is which I did, because the food is so much. You know, you get the rice twice a day. There's the baozi. There's a baozi every every morning. It's so much food. So I ordered veggie, and it's a bit less. It's not so oily,
Uh-huh.
and it's actually quite nice.
Do you get order food like from the outside? If you want some delivery, do they come?
Yeah, my partner actually ordered me chocolate, but because I have so much food, I really don't need more food, you know.
But
So
you're 10 days in now. You arrive on 6th or 5th.
I think it was 6.
So you're 10 day in, 4 more day to go.
Yes, they just called me yesterday that if my home, like if the compound where I'm living is accepting me, it's I'm really amazed how your picture looks so natural and mine is like either dark or not dark. It's like I think it's the light of Estonia and the light of Shanghai. They're so different, right?
It's a camera on my computer. I think it's like more pick up like a wider range of exposure. And it's really not so bright outside. Today is kind of an overcast. And I think the outside is not that much brighter than the inside.
Yeah, I think in Shanghai, even if it's overcast, it's super strong light.
See, this is
So
Estonia. Look.
I know. You still have snow, I know. I've heard.
And all the trees and the pines and spruces.
Yeah, that's true. I miss them already. But I like my view. Let me show you the view again. Like I'm just picking up without you asking. I'm sorry for that. So this, if you look like if you look behind the window, like the road on the left, sorry, on the right, it is the main road of this district.
It's so quiet.
And this district is in the very center of Shanghai. There are like 3 districts that make up the city center. It is Xuhui, Jing'an. Jing'an is like the absolute epicenter, right? And then you have Huangpu. So Xujiahui is the business center of Shanghai. Look at the street. This is the main street here.
So quiet, man.
And this one here is Nandan Road. It's also like when you close your eyes and you cross the street in normal days, you're dead. And now we have like no cars. Look, all these towers are full of people who didn't get out like since the beginning of April.
That is insane.
Every window here is hiding like a family stuck in. You see? Oh, this is the main street of the district, eh?
Are those like all residential or they're like business as well?
Like this is a hotel.
Yeah.
I think this Sangwoo is also hotel. So you might say that the street side is more like hotels, but then this is definitely residential. And this is residential. Like Shanghai is really good in this, that it's mixed. Like you don't have just business or just residential. It's always mixed.
So quiet.
Like, look at these shops. Like they were last open like more than a month ago.
It's so quiet, man.
It's the lockdown, We're fighting the Omicron virus.
Like what happens to those like, the food delivery services, like all those stores that depends on food deliveries?
I think currently we have this situation that some kind of delivery is allowed. Like there were rumors that we will enter. I will tell you only the things that I really know.
Yeah.
because I've heard people speaking about things, and this goes totally crazy, but I try to not tell you. Maybe next time we call, because after 4 days I will be out. If we call next time, maybe I can tell you more about real life, but I'm just watching from here, right?
Okay.
One thing I can tell you is what I have seen from the window. And one thing I can tell you is what my friends have been telling me, what happened to them. But I would not tell you what people tell about what has happened to friends of them, because, you know, there's too much connection errors already. I don't know if that is true.
Fair.
So it's like there's some kind of deliveries happening. Like if you see what is like behind the window here, let me try to show. Like this seems to be like a restaurant. I really want to go. It says Suchan food somewhere.
Yeah.
Does it?
It's
Yeah.
Cantonese food on the left side, I think.
But there's also Shanghai here, like this one.
Yeah, this one is Sichuan.
So I think what is happening here is that you see a delivery guy standing at the door right now, and he's waiting for some food that is being produced, and then he will deliver. You see his bike is standing in front.
Cool.
And so I think some kind of delivery is working and some restaurants are working, but
it's
they only
funny
deliver.
because if like everybody is in lockdown, how does this like, you know, like restaurant workers get to go to work to make the
Don't ask me.
food? I don't
I think it's
understand.
kind of a license system that some people are allowed to get out of their home. Like you have specialized cars. Like if you imagine Bolt doing business now, then you would have some Bolt drivers who are allowed to take people to Pudong Airport, for example. And the number of these drivers is limited. So the result is that driving a car to Pudong Airport is like 50 minutes maximum. It should be less than 50. Especially with this traffic, it should be like 35 minutes. But it could cost you 6,000.
6,000 RMB?
Yeah, that means like a little bit. Can you do the calculation with 6,000? This is
like 800 euros something.
Yeah, it can cost you like, this is the normal flight ticket price to fly to Estonia from here. It's an expensive one, should be cheaper.
You mean one way?
And now, I have been home paying like 800 euros 2 ways. But now you can pay this same money just to be taken to the Pudong Airport 1 way. 35 minutes.
It's so funny, like everybody's I saw some YouTube video, like all the foreigners are like leaving Shanghai. They're getting out of there, and you're like flying business now.
It's true. It's like when I came to Shanghai a week ago, there was the plane was actually full. People say that there is a 40% limit to passengers, but I think it was like 70-80%. Like the business class where I, for some reason, was flying. I don't know why I was in business class, because I didn't pay for it. Seriously, I didn't pay. I promise you. Business class price is crazy right now, but business class was full. There were no free seats. And what I saw in the Indian part of the airplane, it was quite crowded. I was happy I was in business class. Because, you know, all this possibility of getting the virus and being packed, and, you know, the flight was actually like 13 hours. It should be 9, but it's 13 hours. You see, I'm so Chinese, I say 9 hours this way. I guess most of the people in the world wouldn't understand why am I doing this hook here. I hope you do still.
I do.
Anyway, it was like full and 12 hours.
From
And
Helsinki,
actually,
huh?
yeah, from Helsinki, because it's so funny. Usually you you cross 3 countries. You cross Finland, Russia, and China, right? Now we flew over Estonia, Latvia, Poland, Bulgaria, and then we turned east and flew over Georgia, Azerbaijan. Man, I haven't been to so many countries that I flew over this time.
That is, I didn't even think about that because now you're taking a big detour.
Yeah, because you can't cross Russia, right?
13 hours. I was just about to say, like, it used to be like what, 8 hours, 9 hours,
9 hours, yeah,
right?
maximum.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, Finnair, people used to fly Finnair always because it's so fast. It's the fastest one.
Otherwise, you go
But
to
now,
like mainland Europe and then you come back from there, right?
Mm.
Yeah.
But now is like what I heard is like when they fly to Tokyo, sometimes they take the northern route,
Uh-huh.
like over the pole, I guess. Or can you still fly on Russian economy zone? I don't know. Like if the wind is right, they choose the northern route, and if the wind is not right, they choose the southern route. Can you imagine? It's like
I cannot imagine.
I don't understand the business logic of being Finnair right now. I don't think it's very profitable.
I thought about that too. Like, I think the price might really go up a lot if this is gonna go on for a while and they're gonna have to take detours all over the place.
But there's like 2 things. One is that the ticket price is super crazy anyway right now. Like I paid like 3,000 euros for this flight, and this is cheap right now.
It is cheap.
My price,
I just checked,
my
like one might cost 8,000 round trip right now.
yeah, like
Yeah.
because I bought last July, so I got this cheap price. And one is this that the price is high. Second thing, I think Finnair is doing Starbucks. You know, when you go in Shanghai, you see unreasonably many Starbucks. Or it like if you go to Rakvere, I don't know, being to Rakvere, right?
Yeah.
There are 3 grocery boards in the city center. It's because they don't want others to come into their market, so they saturate the market. So I think Finnair is doing same. They don't want other airlines to take the market, so they just keep it up.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
There's no other thing makes sense. It's the only way.
But it's none of your or mine business right now because you're definitely not flying anytime soon.
I think I will fly on Chinese New Year latest.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Flying home.
I'm kind. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think so.
And then are
I
you
have made this little plan in my head during my 9-month stay in Estonia. Like
Yeah.
I had a yoga retreat at home, you know,
That's
9
nice.
months, almost no work, not too much to do. So it's kind of like a yoga retreat, right?
That's pretty nice.
So I made up my mind that I will come home. Yeah.
Like for good or just for a while?
I can't really say. I think for a long period of time.
That's really nice. Is your partner coming with you?
I think that's the $1 million question.
Yeah.
That's one of the reasons I did come to Shanghai at all, because these are like life-changing things, right? You don't
Yeah.
talk them over the internet.
You're glitching
You would
off.
be happy to have another Chinese guy in Tallinn, right?
You were
Glitching
glitching
off.
off a bit. I'm gonna wait.
Maybe I should speak slower.
Oh, it does work now when you speak slower.
So I ask, you would be happy to have another Chinese guy in Tallinn, right?
It wouldn't be a bad thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you
But
actually
yeah,
have a Chinese?
I agree.
Go
I
on.
agree. It will be nicer to talk about this kind of thing face to face for sure.
Hmm.
Yeah. How
I
you
understand.
how you feeling though? Like 10 days in, are you like getting some mental breakdown from time to time?
No, because this hotel is there's one thing I wanted to say, which always makes me feel, am I brainwashed or what? Why am I thinking this way? But this getting to the flight was so nerve-wracking, I must say. Like really, like all these 9 months of canceling of postponing the flight 2 hours before my flight. Like it happened 3 times, right? And all this thing and calling to Finnair and being like stabbed in the airport in Helsinki, because you have to do tests in Helsinki too.
Yeah.
And when they do the PCR test, they do a brain test. It's not like nose, they stick it into your head. It's because Finnair doesn't want anybody they don't want to miss any coronavirus. So they stick it into your brain just to be sure. And then it was also nerve-wracking. And when I came to China, when I arrived Shanghai, the
Yeah.
PCR testing was so soft and sensitive, It was almost like a pleasure, like stick it in, they roll it. It was very sensitive. And then you wait in a queue, and it's very peaceful in Pudong Airport right now. It's so peaceful. There are 3 flights a day, if it's a good day. Because not even too many domestic flights. And it was so well organized, very smooth. So you arrive here, and here is very peaceful. You get human contact twice a day when they come to ask 你的那个体温多少, and then you say 36.6, and then they say 谢谢, and off they go. So it's very peaceful here. I don't mind. I can do my work. I can do my physical exercise, which I never do at home. I can read books. It's not bad.
Is
The
this
hotel is really good.
is this whole hotel like quarantine hotel? So it's only people flying in, staying in this hotel?
It is a quarantine hotel. You should have seen what they have done in the lobby. It was like a war zone. Like everything is covered in this. Remember this white stuff on the walls in the corridor?
Yeah.
Like everything is white out of this disinfectant. And they're like, ooh, it looked horrible. I don't think any client would like to come here on a normal day like this.
Like previously you said like your I don't know what you said, but like the place where you live have to accept you once you finish the quarantine. Like what do you mean they have to accept you?
Because
Who has to who have
what's
to apply?
there's one thing that Shanghai.
Such a long glitch. Man, I'm getting censored for the question, huh? And now I just like paused.
Pause.
No, it was just
You
paused
can't
for a long time. I didn't hear anything after I
can you
asked the
can,
question. Now
can you
it's
hear
good.
now?
Now it's good. Now it's
Yeah.
good.
Like
Yeah.
like I used to be really proud of the way we had rule of law in Shanghai. Like
Yeah.
you had laws, and people followed the laws. Maybe we didn't like the law, but it was very straightforward, and you could follow it. You knew what is happening. Now, like I said about these taxi drivers taking you to Pudong Airport, there's this Estonian word like tohu vabohu. I don't know if you know.
No.
It's like absolutely out of control. Everyone's trying to cheat you. No, like many people trying to cheat you. And it's not only foreigners who get this 1,000 euros taxi to the airport. It's
Uh-huh.
also Chinese get it. So there's this mess, and part of the mess is that you have this magic thing that I didn't know it even exists. Is Juweihui. Juweihui is kind of like local housing committee or something, right?
Yeah.
So you have these local Juweihui, which have absolute power on what is happening in their district. And they control if you can go out or not. Like there's a legal regulation, what is that? Bangtan? Is that a word? Like they had this thing that some compounds, because they long time didn't have virus, so they didn't have the status of being locked anymore. But because local Juweihui is very much afraid to lose face,
Mhm.
so they still don't let people out,
But like, can
right?
it also stop you from getting in after the quarantine?
Exactly. So also it's like I might legally be allowed to go home, but the local Juweihui needs to accept me.
But maybe your partner could ask already, ask them like,
He's doing it. Don't worry, I am the helpless foreigner. I have he's doing I'm a partner of a Lawai.
and are they being ambiguous, like just not giving him a straight answer?
Oh, he just asked. It takes time to get the answer.
Hmm. I hope
But
it
then
comes
what
out
happens?
positive, man.
I'm it's kind of like me leaving Estonia. I had this doubt, should I go, should I not go? I have the same feeling now because here is so safe. I pay 1,000 euros for 2 weeks. I think in Europe, this is actually not very expensive, right?
Yeah, I mean, especially if you got everything included, like 3 meals a day.
Yeah. And this location is actually like on Manhattan if it was in New York. It's not suburban, it's very downtown. So I think this price is okay. And so I could pay another 500 and stay a week longer.
Uh-huh.
And then, of course, it's ruining my finances, but it's so safe here. When I go out, I need to start cooking for myself. I don't cook, okay? But there is this good thing that we have the spring season now. So you can order, you can't buy. You can order yourself bamboo shoots
Mm-hmm.
and cook them. Bamboo shoots, it's like
Love those things.
delicious.
I haven't had them for a long time, but I do like them.
Next time I come home, I'll take some along.
That is amazing. I don't think we can buy
Uh,
those from here. If I think I saw them once in like an Asian market they have here, frozen, but the fresh one is the best, I think.
of course, yeah. You have frozen, or I think you might also get the canned ones,
Yeah, yeah, true.
but fresh, no, 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 no. So
How
we
was
have this,
how was the
yeah.
process of like actually getting on the plane? Was it like any problem in Helsinki?
It's very well organized in Helsinki too.
Like, was
So
there
you
like
just
any Chinese crew member on the ground helping you out, or it was just like Finnish?
actually, it's kind of funny because first of all, there was one Chinese, because there are lots of Chinese people in Finland,
Uh-huh.
lots of them. It's not like Tallinn. Finland is like Manhattan. You have everyone. It's like a world city. Tallinn is province
Uh-huh.
if you compare to Finland. So it was very well organized if you knew where to go. Because I came from a domestic flight. Tallinn Helsinki is a domestic flight. It's
Yeah.
inside Schengen. So, but this Chinese testing thing happens in the foreign zone, or foreign zone. I think that's the word. So you need to exit Schengen, and there is a border guard who has no idea what's happening inside the foreign zone, because not too many people go to China nowadays. So you say, oh, there must be testing inside. The border guard says, no, 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 there's no testing. And then you run like crazy around the airport looking for Finnair service people, but it's like 10 o'clock at night, so there's nobody anymore. I was like, and then you go back, and then I meet a Finnair guy finally, and she calls and says, yeah, you go into foreign zone.
It's glitch. It's a glitch. Suddenly getting so bright out here. Things grow super fast, man. Like a week ago, it's like not so green, and now it's super green out here. Just
can't
like
see you moving.
it was glitching off for like a half minute, but yeah, it's back home now.
Okay.
We're back home. You were
Okay,
just
okay.
saying, like, you know,
I think you
after
can move.
you were just saying
Go
after
on.
you got through the border, and you know, finally you found somebody who a Finnair one who know what's up, but after that you
No,
glitched.
no, no, no. Oh, okay. So I was looking for this Finnair guy in the domestic zone. You
Yeah.
find them, it's late at night, and you think like, oh, I need to be done today. Then you go through the border guard, and they say, no, there's no testing. But there is testing. There's a huge testing center inside the foreign zone.
Uh-huh.
Because every time some stupid people go to China, it's like an airplane full of people.
Uh-huh.
It's a lot.
Were
If you
there
put
like were they mostly foreigners or Chinese going home?
no, it was all Chinese. I think there were like two Western looking foreigners and
Mhm.
maybe some foreigners who look Asian, so I don't understand if they're foreigners. But most of them were Chinese kids, uh like students.
They're going to school in Finland.
Think so. Or
Uh-huh.
in Britain or something.
I
Because
see.
British people also fly over Helsinki.
Makes sense, makes sense. Wow. You
And
see?
I think this is really dangerous for them, for the system in China, for this zero COVID system, because every week or every day, I don't know the other flights, you get these young people who have experienced that coronavirus is just flu, it's not dangerous, coming into China. So the percentage of people who have direct, because when you know, foreigner can say anything,
Mhm.
you're Lawai, you're not believed, right? In China, we have this thing that foreigners are funny, they're not serious. But if you have Chinese kids coming from abroad and they say this is not a problem, and the number of these people is growing every day. I don't know how long can they keep fighting against their own people.
But like I was just thinking, a while ago I heard this news. I don't know if you heard it. Some people saying like right now it's really hard to get out of the country, especially if you have a Chinese passport. Like they don't really recommend non-essential travel anymore. So if you're traveling abroad for like just tourism or visiting friends or whatever, they don't really let you do that. Is that something that, you know, actually happening, like as far as you know?
So as far as I know, I
Yeah.
have seen my friend share another friend's post or like message where she says she knows people who have been going abroad, and then in the passport control they ask like, why are you going, and they say, I'm going to college. will you have online? Will you have online classes? Yes, I only have online classes. And then they take your passport and they cut it, because why do you need to go abroad if you have online classes only?
Mhm.
So there are cases where they take away your passports and they don't give out new passports, right? No, I've heard that too. So
Is it COVID measure or is it generally like a I don't know.
I think it's part of this no non-essential traveling policy.
Huh.
Like why they are doing, we don't know, but what they say is a COVID measure.
That is very strange, man. Especially the
It is,
cutting passport part. That is very bizarre.
yeah.
Like you
I
can just
don't.
say don't go travel and then go home. Like what's the point of cutting it? That's like kind of a permanent thing, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know why this is happening,
Man,
because really we both know that this virus is not a big thing, and I've heard people say that even we don't trust the Chinese vaccine too much, it has still cut the mortality of COVID very low. So even if it doesn't make support you avoid COVID, you don't die of COVID if you have 3 vaccines already. I don't know, because you look at the price of this policy is like the city is like haunted. Just imagine I'm having a yoga retreat here, right? A single person in a huge hotel room.
it's like a meditation, right?
Imagine.
You get all the
Yeah,
privacy,
but
all the peace, all the reflexivity of yourself.
exactly. But just imagine if you are a family man, like you have a wife, you have a child, maybe you have 2 kids. Happens, right? You have your in-laws living with you, because if you have very young kids, usually the in-laws move in to help, right?
Mhm.
And there are people who have not been able to exit their apartment for more than a month. It's becoming 2 months already. How do you preserve sanity?
I'll put up a tent if I have one, I happen to do a lot of hiking, so I got a tent. If that ever happens, I'm gonna be living off my tent. I'll pitch it somewhere in the corner and I put up a sign, no entry.
Yeah, but you still have the people talking and they can talk to you through the tent. It's like,
Now I'll pretend I'm not there. Just put
and
on
also the lack
stuff.
and also the lack of physical activity is like, I really have to walk like 20 times from the toilet to this corner when I'm sitting here and back, and
Uh-huh.
20 times gives me like 1,000 steps.
Yeah.
So my normal steps, like when I was in Tallinn, was like around 10,000 steps a day. When I was living in Shanghai, it was 14,000 a day.
Yo,
So to get my normal
listen,
Tallinn,
we're
yeah.
coming to an end because they only allow us to record 40 minutes at a time, and I'll cut it
Mhm.
and then I'll send you a new link and then let's start again. Is that okay?
Yes, it's okay.
I'll end it right here.
Mhm. Oh,
Oh, good.
okay. So the advertisements were like,
But I did the same, man. Like I think when COVID first got here, I think it was around March 2020 when they had this whole breakout in Salema, where they had this like volleyball team visiting from Italy, and it kind of like started from there. I think right after that, I was self-quarantining because I was just freaking out. Like this is the end of the world. Bought a lot of toilet paper, got some like canned cucumbers and a lot of beans in the cans. and got a lot of rice, like a tons of rice. I think I got like maybe 10 kilos of rice. You know, like packages here of rice is really tiny. You don't have like the big bag of rice. So I went to Rinni and I got this like tiny 1 kilo bags and I clear out the shelves. Like nobody was buying rice here. Like everybody, if the locals will buy like potatoes or whatever, but the rice was like, you know, fully stocked. Not so many people go out and go crazy on the rice supply. But I got like a lot of rice. Um, and I was like ready to get home and then just like self quarantine myself a month to come. And I actually didn't go out for I think close to 2 months. I didn't go anywhere. I stayed at home. I didn't even come out of the apartment. And yeah, man, like every day I'll go from the corridor, walk around the living room and come to the bedroom, take a round in the bedroom, and then I'll go out again and go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And if I want human interaction, I go to the toilet. There's the only mirror in the bed in the apartment, so I talk to myself for a bit. But yeah, I feel you. I feel you. It was an insane time. But yeah,
How long did you do this?
I think somewhere around 2 months. 2 months, I guess.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So you were on Shanghai path. You know what Shanghai people feel now.
But I had like a good thing going for me is because I have a balcony. So if I want some fresh air, I can go out on the balcony and I can sit there for a
You
while.
dare to go?
Yeah, I
You
mean, like,
dare to go? What
if
if your neighbor is breathing on the?
oh, what's going on?
No.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, I would check, of course. I'll look out, see if there's nobody around, I go out. But
But
yeah, I wasn't worried
I
about
still remember my when the same time. I remember it was like when my mom. I was talking to my mom, and she said she goes to shopping, right? And I was super scared that she might get something from the shop. So I told her to keep away from people.
Mhm.
So, we live in Numma. It's kind of like you have around. So there's a forest between my home and the shop. So she went through the forest and there was another person coming in the opposite direction. So they kept like 200 meters distance. And it was crazy times, yeah. But this time, but also then COVID was worse than it is now. It's really nothing but a flu now.
Mhm.
People died a lot. Like, imagine, like in Estonia, if you notice, we always have like 10 people die related to COVID every day. I think they still do. We just don't hear it anymore. It doesn't matter if the daily cases were 200, was it 2,000, was it 10,000? It's always 10 people die, right? Because COVID is getting less and less severe. And even in Shanghai, we had this 15,000 every day. They still use two hands to count the casualties. And it's old people who were not vaccinated and who were very sick anyway. Like, we don't have like young people die like we had in Estonia before.
I don't know, man. How long do you think this is gonna last in Shanghai?
Well, we have like two kinds of thinking. One is a naive thinking, like my company said that they hope to open in the middle of May. Well, here we are in the middle of May. That didn't happen. I'm counting on Duanwujie. Like, I'm collecting the the things you eat on Duanwujie. Is Zongzi, yeah, my favorite Chinese food, zongzi. Like Danwujie is almost like around Yanibao, like
Yeah.
midsummer,
Yeah.
right? So I'm counting on that. Like we already have some zongzi at home. I know they're waiting for me. But it's like, you know what's going to happen? As long as they keep this zero COVID, when this city will open, COVID will open. It's not gone. We still have hundreds a day. Like, no, yesterday was 1,500. Imagine in a big
Just
city
in the
like
city alone?
this. Sorry?
Just in the city of Shanghai. There's
Yeah.
Mhm.
And just imagine that 2 people take a metro who have COVID. That's 1,000 a day, no? Because metro is like an incubator. It's like you spend more than 15 minutes. Like you actually need to spend like more than 10 minutes to get COVID from somewhere, right? From someone. And the metro goes very long. So you might, they open and they close again. I'm afraid of that. I have not done too much research. Like Shenzhen, they say is a success story. I don't know how they did it. Like, and you know, like Nanjing, how far is Nanjing from Shanghai? It's almost like Viljandi from Tallinn, I think, right?
Yeah, it's a bit further, but in that range, yeah.
No, maybe Valga, yeah. So I talked to a friend of mine in Nanjing, and he said that they're living a normal life. No lockdowns, no nothing. But
How
Nanjing,
normal, I don't know how normal it is. I mean, my parents are not going anywhere. They say like I don't know if they say they don't want to go out of the city or they can't go out of the city, because like a couple months ago, my mom was like traveling around a lot outside of the province. But he said, there's no more traveling right now. They're just home. Yeah, they can go out. They can go about their daily life and all that. But when it comes to like mobility at a wider scale, I don't think there's much freedom at
but
all.
how, which province are they from, if I may ask?
Jiangsu, in Nanjing, Jiangsu.
Oh, okay. So we have 2 counts from Nanjing now. Because that friend said it's totally normal life now.
I guess
I will interrogate him more.
it could be normal inside the city, but like, I don't know, going out of the city could be a different story. But my parents are
Yeah.
like this cautious type anyway. If they hear something, and right now there's a lot of convoluting ideas circulating, so you don't really know what is official policy. Plus, even if it's official, it can change any second. So just on the cautious side, I guess they're just like not really willing to take the risk, you know?
I know what you mean, because if you go somewhere, you might get locked down in this place, right?
True.
So
And
you
also,
never know if you...
the thing I find really, really strange is like, I can't find any official policy, even written in Chinese, saying like, how long exactly am I going to get quarantined once I enter the country? Like every place have a different policy and it changes all the time. I cannot find like just one place, like for example, one website where you got all the answers. I can't find it. I can't. I really looked into it. I was like, maybe if I enter home, if I go somewhere in China, like what am I going to expect? There's no answer, like just written down specific answers. No, I can't find it.
No, this is the thing of what I said before, is like, before you had the rule of law, but now it's like every it's not only that Shanghai has its rule and Nanjing has its rule. No, it's even not even Xuhui district has its rule. Like every Juehui has its rule.
Every small like housing community got their own thing going on.
Yeah, it's like my friend who like my partner, we share apartment. He was walking out like this is another story, but he was walking out every day. So I thought this is normal. Like he said, police was like shouting at him on the street, but no one really cared so much that they could like drive him away from the street. So I thought this is normal. But then I talked to my other friends and they have not been able to exit the house for since when did this start? In the beginning of April, right? It's like just that our compound is very messy. Like if you see around here,
Yeah.
because it's not only you I'm talking to, so I must show. Switch camera. Like if you see this thing here, what is opposite us? Oh, let's go here. Like see this residential building here behind. So it has a fence around it, right?
Uh, glitching. I'll let you know when you start glitching, yeah? I don't know, it's such nice weather, man. I wouldn't want to be quarantined in good weather like this. In the winter, yeah, I can get quarantined, but right now, no.
What just happened?
I just went offline for a while. I think you got cut off. But yeah, you were showing me the fence.
Yeah, so it's like some compounds are already fenced off, but our compound has like 2 exits and it's usually older people. So, you know, older people they're more relaxed, I think, in some ways. Like all the ladies in our compound, it's mostly ladies, not too many guys. They are vaccinated, so they probably are not much afraid also. So it has been like more relaxed. That was one of the reasons I actually decided to come to Shanghai back. Because just imagine being locked in an apartment. Our apartment is very, very small. Like it's actually as big as this place here. Yeah, it's not bigger. It's even smaller than this place here. Just imagine being locked into this thing for 2 months. It's crazy, no?
I mean, like
And
how does a partner survive on like food supply? Are they getting ration from the government or do they figure out their own grocery?
they do the grocery by house. Like the house decides what to buy, and then they buy in the bulk, and then it comes. So in the beginning, they had lots of this problem that the delivery companies they made the packages, and then the packages were standing or waiting too long. So sometimes you ordered milk, but there was sour milk that arrived. Or you ordered some food and it was rotten. I don't know if it still happens. So this is part of the thing I'm a bit afraid of going to real life, because here is so safe, you know. I know there's food 8:30 and 8:45. I'm already getting nervous. What happens? So 12 o'clock there is food. It's too much. It's very wasteful, but it's here. I don't need to cook. And then they cook all the meals themselves, like because I don't know, Kuwaiti is probably.
Can they accommodate like special dietary kind of preferences? Like say you're a vegan or vegetarian, would they take that into consideration in the quarantine hotel?
Like this one here?
Yeah.
I have a vegan meal actually. I mean, it's not vegan, it's vegetarian.
Did you request
I
it?
don't. Yeah, because the meat was too much.
Ah.
So what is vegetarian here? At least today morning, it was very obvious that they just took meat out. Like there are like 5 slots. 1 is for rice and 4 slots for different food,
Yeah.
and 2 were empty. But usually they were full. I don't know what happened. Did they hear the complaining it's too much food? And the vegetarian food is not bad. You know, you get pumpkin and all these. It's interesting. Sometimes I even have la jiao, so I'm like struggling to eat it. Like,
But
you
it's,
know, you have one slot full of green la jiao. It's like,
I can't eat it, man. I know how you feel. I'm not good with spice either. But
I
dude,
noticed.
like, look at how good the weather is right now. I would hate to be quarantined in weather like this. I think it's the best season. Like the weather is pleasant. It's not too hot. It's not too hot. It's not too cold yet. So like, right now, if somebody tell me not to go outside, like think about what we have here. Nobody's even wearing mask anymore. Like not even in the store. You don't have to wear it on the bus. I mean, some older folks still have them on, but most of the people don't have it. It's almost like I don't remember when was the last time I checked how many new cases on the internet anymore. Like, I mean, when it first started, I was looking at the chart. They had this app as well called Hoya, and they had this
Oh
app,
yeah, yeah.
and you can check like you can change your you can see like if you have close contact with people. They don't even have the app anymore. I think they stopped using it altogether.
They
Yeah,
closed the app, I heard. Yeah.
yeah. So it's like it's not like almost normal life. This is normal life. I think I heard about like tourism from other country like inside the Europe in Tallinn, especially to Old Town, has a kind of like already recovered to pre-COVID level now. And if you go to the Old Town, like everything is open. Like all the pubs are open, like the outdoor decks are open and all that. It's just very different, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very different here. Very different here. But I think it's also this East Asian thing. Like if you see Japan is still closed,
Yeah.
Taiwan is still closed, right?
But
Like
Korea is
these are
open.
like Korea is normal.
Yeah. I mean, you still have
Yeah,
to kind of like do some testing and stuff, but they allow people in at least.
but look around Korea, it's an island.
It's a
If you
peninsula.
can't come from no, but it's actually an island because North Korea is locked off. China is locked off, right?
Yeah.
Japan is locked. Taiwan is locked. What is left?
They are going to
America.
they're going to open Japan up. I hope. Fingers crossed. They say from June they're gonna allow people in.
Okay, I hope so because I think China needs some local, like because Western Europe, like I said, they think Lawai are funny, right?
Yeah.
But Japan is an East Asian country. So if you get these East Asian countries opening up, if China is really the last bastion of zero COVID, maybe they will start thinking.
Man, I just hope Japan opens up. Taiwan.
You want to go?
Yeah, I do. I do want to go travel there. And if it does, maybe I can even meet my parents there because right now meeting in China seems like such a hassle.
But how can they get out of China?
I mean, they have the time to, if they can say that, you know, they have reason to go there, maybe they would allow. And I heard depends on the port of a departure, like it's different policy. Say some places in the southern part, I heard people saying in Shenzhen, those places are really hard to get out. And people would just like, if you're traveling, you probably gotta get your passport cut. But if you're leaving from Shanghai or somewhere on the eastern side, you might get a better chance of getting out.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
it really depends. And it's like so ambiguous. That's the thing I don't really like about it. It's like so ambiguous. Nobody is gonna like come out and straight up tell you you cannot do this or you can do this. No, it's almost kind of like, yeah, you can try. And it might work, it might not work. But
You
yeah.
know that I have a good illustration to what you said now. You know, when I came to Estonia, I got COVID in October, right? And then what happened is that when I called the embassy, they said your IgM test, this COVID antibody test they do, this IgM test has to go negative. And then you can do a Western vaccine if you want, but it has to be negative before. So some people say, like how it works is that you have these IgM antibodies. It's a different kind of antibody. It's this very short time antibody. Like they say that if they do an additional test, they know if the antibody comes from a vaccine or from a disease. And if it comes from a disease, you're not allowed into China. If it comes from a vaccine, it's okay. So that's why I was waiting all these 8 months, because it took 4 months to get to negative, and then we got the war, right? So the flights got canceled and stuff. So what I discovered is that they don't do this additional test anymore. You just do the Western vaccine, you get the positive IgM anyway, because somehow Pfizer vaccine makes your IgM positive. It shouldn't do as much as I know, but it does. So you say, so in Helsinki, when you apply for the green code for China, they ask, what was the result of your IgM test? Positive. Why do you think so? And then you answer, because I was vaccinated, and you give proof that you were vaccinated. So maybe I've waited in vain. I should have done the Pfizer vaccine right away. But you never know. Maybe they will do the IgM test. Maybe not.
Yeah, I know.
You never know.
I checked the Chinese embassy in Tallinn's website, and they have this new travel policy coming out, and I didn't even bother to read, because over there it says you have to do one test, another test, and then another test, and then they will give you a code, and then you can go somewhere, and then with that code you can get a new code. I was like, nah, I'm not going through all this. This is just too much. Like, it's too much space for things to go wrong. Every single thing that you said, it could be interpreted differently by the border guard, by the law enforcement, by everybody. The more requirement you say there, I'm willing to jump through hoops, but all those hoops have human errors involved, possibility for human error. So it's
true.
I don't know. If the enforcement is as good as a policy, if that matches up, yes, I can go over all these hoops. But if the enforcement is not on par with the law, then it's a big problem, because we're all like heading different directions and we're trying to meet each other in the middle. No, I won't do that.
I think the best thing to do right now is you just wait half a year and see what happens.
Dude, I'm happy with what we have here, you know, like it's so like such good weather. I mean, the sun is out all the time right now. Yesterday was kind of windy, but like if the sun is out, like here's the thing. Yesterday the sunset was like at 9:30. Just it's all day bright, and my mood has improved so much. The winter time was kind of harsh, but now it's like I don't want to go anywhere. I'm not even traveling anywhere. I don't want to go anywhere. I don't want to leave the country. It's the best part of the year.
It is.
Yeah. I was just showing you the bushes outside. Like a week ago, it was kind of like grayish and it was kind of brown. But after 2 rainfall we had, look at it, dude. It's lush. It is proper forest now.
Oh, it is nice.
It is.
I didn't see this when I left Estonia. It was still gray.
Yeah, just 2 rainfall, not so much, just 2 rainfall, and like all this green is just propping up. And the air is kind of aromatic as well. You have like all this like fresh scent coming in. There's some ants crawling around. It's the best, bro.
And the birds flying and the birds singing.
And the neighbors even bought those like expensive plants you can hang up on the balcony. I mean, like, you're too ambitious. It can still get cold, but they can't wait anymore, you know? It's super good. But yeah, I don't plan on traveling.
There's one thing, what you said about the sun being up at 9 o'clock. This is something that really bothers me in Shanghai. Is that Okay, we also get sunrise at 5 o'clock in the morning, like you do,
Yeah.
but the sunset is always at 6.
Okay.
So come on, people like me, who wakes up at 5 o'clock? The grannies do. I don't. The grannies never go to work. They stay at home,
Yeah.
right? So they get all the sunshine, and me, I get never sunshine, never,
Yeah.
because when I'm off work, it's always dark, and when it's light, I'm sleeping or working. It's so tiring here, actually. Like in Estonia, you get off work, you can go walking around. It's still like the polar sun above your head, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then when it's winter, you go to Mallorca. It's okay. You
And they
can
got,
survive. We have
and right now they got like this really nice promenade like pedestrian road, so you can ride bicycle there from Pirita, from the place where I live, and you can go kind of all the way to the city, to the port. And they have this promenade that is really well maintained. They have like even 2 separate lanes, one for the pedestrian and the one for the bicycles. And then you get somewhere around that that statue. I don't know what is it called. Is that Russian?
Rosalka.
Yeah, that one. And when you get around there, there used to be this like little workout park with very simple equipment like bars and stuff. You can do dips and pull-ups. And now they add more. And now you can do some like bench press and whatever. A lot of people just like out there having fun. It's a really cool place. And it's getting better and better. But yeah, like I like doing outdoor a lot right now because the weather is just so freaking amazing. Yesterday I went out to this running competition in VMC, and we did like 50K. Oh man, I was gonna die. I really thought I was gonna die. It was so tough. I saw some YouTube video of people running marathon with just a little bit of training. And in my head, somehow I had this idea, if they can do it, I can do it too. So instead of signing for a marathon, I was like, 15K sounds easy enough, right? I do some like 3K, 4K in the morning once in a while. 15 is only like what, 4 times of that? Easy peasy, no problem. And I went there, I almost died, bro. I
How
finished,
old are you?
I'm 30. I finished, I think third,
Okay.
I think I finished the third last one. There's 2 more behind me, but I was the third.
You should have been a bit slower.
My girlfriend was waiting for me at the finish, and she texted me. She was like, "Are you here? Because most of the people are already here."
You're like when I was younger, I watched ski jumping,
Yeah.
and there was always this I think he was Eddie Edwards or something, like a British guy. And you know, they don't do ski jumping in Britain. So he was always the last one. It was always my favorite. It's not the winning, it's doing it is important.
Yeah, I know. I
But
mean,
you should be but you should be scared, wary. The marathon is dangerous. You might die, actually. People have died on marathon.
I don't know. I already signed up for a half marathon now. Like I'm just like, the thing with people or the thing with me is like, I really thought I was gonna die. She took a photo of me when I just finished, and I literally looked like I was gonna pass out. But 5 minutes later, I was like, I wanted to go another round now.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's like the moment you recover from that exhaustion, like your body forget about all those pain and suffering. I don't know, man. Just how it is with people who have like a short fuse or have like a short memory span. But yeah, man.
Do you still hear me?
Yeah, I do. Your picture freeze a little bit. Now you're back. Good.
Okay, your picture also froze. That's why I asked.
Yeah. I
Oh,
mean,
man.
surprisingly good internet, to be honest. Like I thought it would be shitty as hell, but it's actually doable.
It's fast. It's fast, and one thing is good that they have not cut the VPN. So That's why we have this thing.
That is nice. It's actually surprisingly better. I thought it would be so much more difficult because you're using the
Mm,
UN, and I thought the internet might not be as good as this is, but it's great. And most of the time it didn't glitch out.
mm.
But yeah, 4 more days hang in there. If you don't end up in the hospital, I don't hope for that.
Give me one option. How can I get this virus from this room?
Hey, the central air conditioning, it can kind of creep up there and come down.
But I have 3 vaccines and I recovered from it. I'm the fortress here. Come attack me.
4 more days, and then maybe there's gotta be a lot of new changes. Who knows? Things could
Who
change.
knows? Maybe they don't accept me and I just have to stay another week. It's okay. Because I have work to do. I have things I need to, get back to the Shanghai rhythm. Whatever this is here, is it Shanghai rhythm?
But yeah, let's chat up again when you get home. I look forward to see your place, and maybe we can talk to your partner as well. That would be awesome.
Well, that was kind of funny. One thing before we finish, I tell you, it's like he escaped Shanghai actually. Imagine I'm coming to Shanghai because of him,
Mhm.
but he and his boss, they are so fed up with Shanghai, with sitting inside, that they decided to escape.
Where did
They
they go?
went to Chengdu.
Oh, really?
And I think if you hear the story, I didn't hear all of the story, but he's in quarantine now in Chengdu. And to get a car, because they tried to fly,
Uh-huh.
and 2 of their flights were canceled. And then it came out there are no flights out of Shanghai. Like there's no civil aviation in Shanghai except 3 foreign flights a day or something like that.
Uh-huh.
And so they had to take a car. You need a car with a license to exit Shanghai. Can you imagine? There are not too many cars that have this license. So they finally got it somehow. And they drove 20 hours nonstop to get to Chengdu.
Mhm.
Chengdu is like, you could say they drove to Berlin, maybe that's the length of I think so.
Pretty far.
It's a faraway place, yeah, to drive a car nonstop.
Pretty far.
Crazy. Yeah, maybe you can hear that story then, how it went.
He's still there?
Oh, yeah. He needs 9 days quarantine when coming from Shanghai.
But at least then you have the apartment to yourself, you know?
Yeah, but I need to do the cooking. The one who is dreaming of opening a Chinese restaurant, right? So he's practicing his cooking.
Uh-huh. That is great.
I
That
don't
is great, man.
I don't cook.
Count your blessings, just it's a minor inconvenience. If you can get out of here, that would be great.
Yeah, that's true. It's
Yeah.
true. But then I will have more information. How is life actually going on in Shanghai?
That is so cool, man. I think you're one of the few Estonian left in Shanghai right now, and it's so awesome to talk to you. I don't know. I
You
think
too.
might be. I'm guessing right here. Do you think there's less than 10 Estonian right now in the city?
Absolutely. Because as much as I know, we are like maybe 4 people maximum right now.
That's awesome.
And we used to have a long table full of people, but most of them were students, and foreign students are not allowed in China right now. So yeah, it's only maybe 4 people maximum.
And just keep the ground for the Estonian, right? I hope that the country wouldn't just like get all the Estonian out. At least have a few representatives in the cities standing strong.
It's not far from getting Estonian free. Eston 5.
They might get that done earlier than they get the 0 COVID. First, 0 Estonian.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, let's talk soon. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Don't get stressed out. Go get your daily walk in the room.
Yeah. Toilet and back.
All right. Take care of yourself. All right.
You too.
Yeah.
Enjoy.
Talk to you soon. Bye bye.
Bye.